getting a good start to the season is ideal.
Yeah.
You can start planning your way around the schedule a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, the win at Zozo got me into the Masters, and I've never
That's a
been
big
to
one.
Augusta.
Yeah.
So
That's a big
that's
one.
probably the biggest thing
Yep.
out of that win. It gives you confidence. It tells you that you're doing the right things. A lot of times you don't get the reward from the hard work, and when you do, it feels great.
He works for a last company. I work for it. And from you see his which girls, you know he's a bandit. That same Mr. Mac. Lord, Lord. Mr. Mac falling. Mr. Mac falling. You, Mr. Mac. Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac. Yeah, you, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac. Aha, you, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac.
What is going on, everybody? We are here live from Waste Management. We got Dave, we got Nico here. Appreciate you for jumping on and doing this, man.
Yeah,
Welcome.
happy to be here at the Wasted Management.
Yeah.
It's a cool week. It's a different week for us than normal. Obviously, you have to be a little more patient because there's a lot of drunk people out there. Your fumes can't be running short. Let's put it that way. But
Yeah.
hey, this is a cool event.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And we'll get a little bit more into this whole experience at Waste. But I want to talk about last week at ATT, the Pro-Am in Pebble. Talk us a little bit about, one, that experience playing there at Pebble and just how that course was playing, especially Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, I didn't have a great week. I didn't hit the ball very good. So obviously it's a beautiful place, but you honestly don't have that good of a time when you're playing that bad.
Yeah.
But I was happy to be there still. It's a elevated event, so it's if you're there, it's because you're doing something right. And it was a cool experience with playing with that weather. It played tough at some point. Pebble wasn't playing as hard, but the weather made it a little challenging, and not hitting the ball well with 20 miles per hour wind it's interesting out there.
It's dicey, yeah. The par 3, hole 7. What about that hole? What do you think about that?
I played it at 3 over, so not great.
Well, compared to 16 too.
Yeah. It was 90 something yards, and it was blowing straight into the wind. I pulled it left twice, plugged both times. So
Oh man.
I was finding a way to make bogey out of there.
When you're playing that hole, what's kind of like your thought process? You know, obviously wind's in your face majority of the time playing from there. Are you in between clubs thinking like, do I go up with this? Do I go low with this? Like, kind of what's your thought process there?
Well, with no wind, I think the first day they were hitting lob wedges, and I think Shane Lowry made a hole-in-one there.
Yeah.
But when you put some wind into the equation, it's downhill into the wind, so you have to hit something that the wind doesn't affect it as much. I hit my pitching wedge 140 yard stock, and I hit pitching wedge the 3 days from 90 yards. So you have to like chip something, and unfortunately I hit 2 poor shots. The last day I hit it to 7 feet. I didn't make the putt, but it's a cool hole.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. When you walk up that six hole, up that par 5 right before is insane too.
Yeah.
And then you see that view up there, it's surreal.
Is there a bigger flip of a like tournament type than Pebble to wasted management?
Yeah. If you're watching golf out there, it's because you care about golf. Here is all about the party. So yeah, it's a
100%.
big flip.
Yeah. And it's crazy because you obviously got all the hospitality tents out here.
Ton of them.
And I remember I came 2 years ago, and I'm like, this is crazy, but you can tell nobody here is watching the golf. Like,
No.
it's all for the party. It's a cool experience, but I know you got a question on that.
Yeah, in terms of like, obviously you played here for the first time last year.
Uh-huh.
In terms of like hole 16, obviously it's the famous hole here. One, how is that experience like about to tee up and you just see the entire stadium, ton of people? Two, do you like that? Like, do you prefer that? Do you want more like tournaments to embrace that type of thing, or do you like it just being this specific tournament and that's it?
It's a fine line. Because you even said it. The issue with I don't know if it's an issue, but people are here not to watch golf.
Right.
So it gets to the point where if they're not watching golf, they're affecting the golf.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
And 16 is one thing, and you know that's a different animal. If you hit a bad shot, you're gonna get booed. If you hit a good shot, they're gonna be pumped. But the problem was last year that they were trying to create the same atmosphere in the rest of the holes, in some of the holes.
Yeah.
And there wasn't enough people, so it was not enough constant noise. So I think once a year, having the waste management is just fine.
Yeah, it's weird because they know they want to kind of keep this around because it brings so many people, and like you said, it is a fine line because how do you balance the atmosphere and what it brings, obviously revenue wise and all that obviously it does for this specific tournament, but how do you keep the players protected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, golf takes a level of focus, and I'm assuming the focus out here is tough to come.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But this tournament does good for the community. They raise a ton of money. And it's just a different event than normal. So us players have to adapt and adjust to a different environment, a new situation. And it's also good. Like this play 16 reminds me, it helps me prepare a lot for 17 at players. It's like kind of a similar feeling. 17 at players, if you hit a bad shot, you're gonna get it. No one's gonna boo you,
right?
But you're gonna feel the bucket of water being dumped over you. And here's the same thing. So it helps you prepare of being very focused when you're about to hit the shot because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to get a little into your story. Coming from Colombia and Medellin. Tell us a little bit about growing up there and how you kind of picked up the game of golf out there in Colombia.
Yes, Colombia is very small in golf. It's minimal. But my grandfather and my dad especially my grandfather played. He passed away a little bit ago, but he was a great golfer. He loved golf. He even was the one of the founding members of our golf course there. And that's how we started. I remember going on Wednesdays with him, skipping the last few classes in school just to go out there and have some fun with him. And my dad has also played a long time. We're three brothers. We're three boys. I'm the youngest one. And we all played college golf. So it's pretty crazy that a family from Colombia with three boys all played Division I college golf.
That's insane.
So it's cool.
That is cool. Yeah. And the crazy part is, like you said, golf is not huge out there. I think everything is pretty much private out there. I don't really think they got many public courses. I remember I was in Bogota, and my girlfriend's from Bogota, and she has a uncle, not really an uncle, but like family friend. And he's a member at a course. So I got to play a course out there with the caddy, and I was like, damn, this is a pretty cool experience. But it's very limited, right? How would you say Colombia, I guess, can embrace the game a little bit more? Obviously, soccer is huge down there, and it's kind of a monster in itself. But is there anything that they're really doing to kind of help bring the game back a little bit more out there?
The easy way of doing this, but it's not easy, is to build more public courses.
Yeah.
That's just as simple
Right.
as it gets.
Yeah.
If there's more public golf, the game is gonna grow.
Yeah.
I don't think there's 7 courses that are public
Right.
That's
out
crazy.
there
Yeah, that's crazy.
in a country.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's a challenge, but I know Camilo, Sebastian, and myself are. I mean, we want to grow the game. We love
Yeah.
our country, and hopefully we can build a few courses or a course in the near future. That would be very cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Was it always golf for you? There's no possible Nico the soccer player, nothing?
Yeah. I played every sport growing up.
Yeah.
I love competition. So I played tennis, I played soccer, I played pretty much every sport.
Everything,
I just was better at golf.
Yeah.
So that's why
That's why
I
you're
stopped playing
That's
the
why
rest.
you're here. Yeah. I kind of want to kind of take back into a little bit of like your beginning of the season already. You got a big win at Zozo. Kind of walk us through that experience, and then also, on the flip, you go to Sony and you come up a little bit short in the playoff. Like, how do you, take something like that? What learnings do you take from that, and like how you move on to the rest of the season?
Yeah, getting a good start to the season is ideal.
Yeah.
You can start planning your way around the schedule a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, the win at Zozo got me into the Masters, and I've never
That's a
been
big
to
one.
Augusta.
Yeah.
So
That's a big
that's
one.
probably the biggest thing
Yeah.
out of that win. It gives you confidence. It tells you that you're doing the right things. A lot of times you don't get the reward from the hard work, and when you do it feels great.
Yeah.
So yeah, going back to Sony, we were close.
Yeah.
I thought I had it, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things when you think you had something, you have something, and you don't, and it goes away very quickly.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, I just lost this tournament. I can't believe that. So it was still cool. My first playoff in the PGA Tour.
Yeah, that's a learning right there.
I hit one bad shot. That was that putt. The rest
Right.
of the shots were as good as I could hit him almost.
Yeah.
A bit unfortunate on that first playoff hole, but hey, it's golf. So
Yeah.
it'll happen again.
The bunker shot that you hit on 18 before the playoff
Regulation.
was
Yeah, that was a good
unreal.
shot.
I remember watching that, and I was like, God damn.
That was a
But
really
then
good shot.
Taylor comes and he hits that crazy chip
Oh.
on 18 too. And it's crazy. He talked about it yesterday in the presser. He was talking about all his wins are in the playoffs, which is like, it's unreal to put yourself in that spot. And then I think 3-0
Perform, yeah.
in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
if it makes you feel any better, at least it's
Yeah.
Taylor that always
It
wins.
doesn't. It
Yeah,
doesn't make me feel
the
better.
playoff menace.
Yeah. So you brought it up, the Colombian, kind of component of sports. I want to ask you what I guess is the top 5 Colombian athletes and on your list.
Oof. I'm gonna put three soccer players: Falcao, James, and Pibe Valderrama. I'm gonna put Mariana Pajon, which is a BMX rider. She's got a couple gold medals.
Sick.
And Catherine Ibargüen is a triple jumper. She was a beast. She retired, but
Nice.
she got 2 gold medals too, or 1 or 2 gold medals. So that's my top 5, I think.
It's good. Colombia's on a sneaky little tear right now. They got Shakira winning some Grammys. You guys, soccer team is elite right now. Probably top 5 in the world, top
They
10.
made it to
I-
Copa.
Probably top
10.
10.
yeah, and Colombia sports are on the rise.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got a segment here called The Sleeve. It's going to be 3, not really rapid fire, but kind of outside type questions. So I'll start off. First one, favorite Colombian meal.
Bandeja paisa
I knew it.
from my home.
That
From my
shit's so,
hometown.
it's
Yeah.
so
It's
good.
heavy. It's
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah,
to
but
eat.
It is so, it's so
You're
good,
gonna
though.
be feeling it after, but
Yeah.
it's really good.
Is that your go? Like post meal, like this, not outside of the sleeve. Like after a round like that, is that like your go-to, or is that you save that?
No,
for
no,
special
no, no,
occasions?
no.
Save that for
That's-
wins only.
That's almost once a year meal. It's so heavy.
That'll that would feed you for months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, second one. Is there anybody on tour that can either compete or even beat you in ping pong?
I've had this talk with Scotty. I talk with him a lot about it. They've taken all the ping pong tables from the lockers. There used to
Really?
be a lot of ping pong in the
Yeah.
locker rooms, and they've taken them. I want to play Scotty. I played with him in junior golf, and I beat him.
Nice.
He says he's good at trash talking, but I think I got him. Kuchar, I've heard he's really good. Maybe one of the Asian guys is probably a menace.
Yeah, sneaky good. Sneaky
But
good.
yeah, I consider myself very good
Nice.
at ping pong.
Nice. All right, last one. Who do you got this weekend? Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl pick.
God, I'm tired of the Chiefs.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I
I know. Welcome to the club.
I don't root for the Eagles. I'm just done with the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
No, I feel
want
you
something
do
different.
you have an NFL team? You watch the NFL?
I don't. I used to be a Tom Brady fan.
Oh no.
Um,
We're Dolphin fans. We'll
Yeah.
adopt you, but like you can't come in with that Brady. You know, you can't be talking
He's
about Brady.
killed
I
us
don't
for
have a
20
team. I
plus
just
years.
pull for my guys on the fantasy
Yeah.
league.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
But I watch a lot of football though.
I love that. I love that.
Outside of football, and obviously, I know you mentioned that you watch a lot of golf. Like golf,
Yeah.
you know, as much as you play it, and you know, we watched the Foreplay Pod and saw that you consume a lot of golf, and not a lot of guys like to watch golf that play. But outside of those two sports, is soccer kind of like the big one that you watch?
Yeah. Soccer is big. I like tennis. I watched some Australian Open 2 weeks ago. But yeah, definitely soccer.
And one last question, or two. I got two more questions. One, I saw you're into skydiving.
Well, I really want to do it.
Yeah.
I've never done
You've
it.
never done it. Okay, that was gonna.
So
yeah.
I'm not that big.
Yeah.
Because I've never done it, but
Okay.
I really want to.
You're
do
just
it.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Where would you go skydiving if you had to choose?
Anywhere
Anywhere
at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
I really want to do it.
Sick.
I've
I've never done it either. I'm intrigued by
No
doing
thanks. That's
Yeah.
a no for me.
I love
Yeah,
roller
I'm good.
coasters. I like adrenaline. I like going fast in cars. So
Yeah.
so I wanna do one of the skydiving one day.
it. Oh yeah. All right. Last question. We always like to wrap it up with is what does it mean to stay tranquilo?
Well, stay tranquilo is hard for us Latinos because we're very fiery.
Yep.
So I have to stay tranquilo in the golf course when things are not going the right way. So it's a good thought to have.
How do you stay tranquilo on the course?
Just with breathing.
Breathing.
I do a lot of breathing techniques and exercises, and that helps me like stay focused and centered.
Sweet.
You're gonna have to stay tranquilo on 16 today.
Yeah.
Or this week, I guess.
This week, yeah.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah,
tranquilo.
Awesome. Well, again, appreciate you doing this. I know you got a busy
Yeah.
schedule this week. It's always good seeing you. Great talking about Colombia and just kind of bringing that to life. So appreciate it and good luck this week.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Nico. It was awesome.
That was awesome.
Great,
Great dude.
great having him on. And again, thanks, Nico, for tuning in. But now we're going to do our Tranquilo Sports Talk live from the Waste Management Open.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, we got a little logos back here.
We're official.
It's day of the Pro-Am. Things are already off to a hot start here in the morning. It's already been a packed week. Cool content coming from this week. But it's a jam-packed week overall. Obviously, you got Waste Management this week. You got the Super Bowl this week, which obviously, biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
So pretty epic week. How we feeling, boys?
Feeling great. Waste management this week's been awesome. The course is beautiful. All the hospitality stuff, especially from 16 on, is insane. Like nothing I've ever seen. The crowds are insane, and it hasn't even started. This is just Pro-Am day, and there's people were flooding in at 7 a.m. It's an insane tournament, but we've had an awesome time so far. It's been great. This is pretty sick. So I'm feeling good.
How you feeling, Pooch?
Dry. Feeling
Dry.
dry.
It is dry out here.
The desert,
It is dry.
the desert heat is no joke. The change
It's
in
real.
temperature is pretty crazy, going from
chapped.
50 in the morning to 85 degrees
Oh,
by
yeah.
by midday. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's sick. This is my first time out here, first time in Arizona, first time in Waste Management. It's kind of I was it's kind of like a coincidence that I don't know if it's pre-planned, but the fact that this lands on the same week as Super Bowl, it's consistently.
Yeah.
It
I
does,
don't know
it
if that
does.
was originally always the plan, but the way that it just kind of works out, it's insane. But I mean, this is a first for me, seeing the practice days full and seeing
it's unreal.
people already partying. I mean, the first day we walked in on a Monday, someone was like, "Hey, there's 5 drinks on here. I'm like, dude, like they're not even playing golf here.
Yeah,
I,
that's
think
crazy.
I think they're just getting here. Like
Yeah.
they're not even golfers here. But it's super cool. The media room is sick, like kind of underground. You see all the players'
Yeah.
clubs there. That's a first too. That was pretty cool to see. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, walking this course, going from the beaches to the desert, but seeing cliff sides to now mountain tops, like
Cacti
it's just
everywhere.
Yeah,
cacti
it's-
everywhere.
It's
sick.
cool. It's the vibe is cool. The aesthetics are cool. Everything about this tournament and Scottsdale in general it's been awesome. So,
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on what Nico said about kind of this event, it being one time a year, it
Yeah.
being a distraction to some of the players, and that maybe it's not the best thing, or is it the best thing? Like, what's your thoughts?
I love this tournament personally. I think it's a great to have.
Yeah.
And I think that they can get away with doing one more like this.
God,
Maybe
man,
not
that's
even.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
God, man, that's it.
If they can turn Cognizant into like a huge party like this, I think. Listen, all it does, in my opinion, obviously it's there's spots for these guys. It's tougher. I mean, like their main thing is like focus, concentration. You gotta go like you know what I mean. And so I get it, but also like I think, they're good enough. They make enough money that they can
Right.
do a couple tournaments like this. That kind of, a lot of guys feed off of it, and I think it's a cool experience. Granted, I agree with what he said in terms of people taking it. There's a
Right,
level. There still has
exactly.
to be a level to it, but if they can, like when it's in its perfect like zone, like when it's just like, still just loud and people
Controlled
are getting rowdy
chaos.
and controlled
Controlled
chaos.
chaos.
Yeah,
Controlled
exactly.
chaos.
if
Yeah,
that's
the word
I
right there.
think that
Yeah.
there could be another tournament like this, and I think it'd be cool. But it also makes this one feel extra special because it's like, no, this is like the crazy one. So like that's why people flood to Scottsdale for this. So, it's cool. I love tournament. It's the first time I've been here, but I've been a fan of this tournament for a while. So there's a reason why it's so known, and I think that's to its advantage. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pooch, what hole would you say you would par on this course?
Which hole would I par? I mean, we haven't walked the course entirely, but from what we did see, I mean, 18 doesn't look incredibly difficult. Like it looks like a pretty big green, like a pretty wide fairway. I mean, obviously not playing from the tips, we're playing from the whites. I feel like 18 is a pretty parable hole. It's a pretty wide fairway. It's a pretty big green. I think there I can probably get if we're comparing it to, the true North course, I feel like 18's pretty good. 16, there's no,
I wouldn't say 18 is your hole.
you don't think 18's
No,
hole?
because
17's
you have the
the hole.
snap. You have the snap hook
Yeah.
draw,
and it's all
and
water
it's
to
all
the left.
water along the left side, so it's not favorable for your shot. I would say probably 15 is a good hole for you.
15?
Short, it's pretty open, and then
There's water.
you're pretty good with your wedges, so your second shot probably would be inside 100 yards. It's just the water in the front.
Yeah.
So if you get it up there, I think you could two-putt it.
I think it just depends on what my driver wants to do. Like,
18 I don't think is favorable for you.
if my
let
thing
it
decides
rip.
to go straight, yeah. If my driver decides to go straight, it'll do some damage. But I mean, if we're playing
Yeah.
the snap hook, I mean, definitely, anything with a little dog leg, left.
Yeah,
Usually,
exactly.
usually it's favorable for me. But I mean, geez, to even imagine the thought of parring something out here is insane. Like on a pro course in these conditions. But
Shock the
I
world.
will say the rough didn't look as intense
No,
as I thought it would be.
It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
The rough isn't that intense.
Something that he brought up too was interesting was last year compared to this year how soft the greens were
Yeah.
versus how they're playing now. That they're
Yeah.
going to be really quick, they're hard, so it's going to be tough
Yeah.
to land the ball. So that's going to be something interesting. And yesterday when we were walking the course, it got pretty windy,
It did.
and that was something I actually wanted to ask him that I forgot to ask him. When that wind picks up, does it make this course that much harder, or
Yeah.
is it? Because some people say like the wind might make it favorable.
Yeah. A lot of people there's certain people that like playing with those types of conditions because, I mean, the way that you have to craft your shot in those spots, some guys are mastered it. Some guys kind of still like, they don't know how to do it, but it's not as comfortable. So, I wonder what because it was like, especially on 17 when we were walking up, it was like a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
And in that case, it was behind us. So like
Exactly.
this
Tailwind.
guy's driving green on 17 is going to be interesting if it stays.
There's a couple fun holes, drivable par fours.
Yeah.
We'll see how many guys go for it
Yeah.
this week. And like we were talking about on the video, if you're in contention, there's a couple holes there at the end that you can
make
really
up
go
rounds.
for
Yeah.
it to try to play catch up. Maybe down 2 strokes or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So I want to talk obviously picks for this week, who we're feeling.
Yeah.
Sneaky picks. Obviously, Scotty's in the field. He's a heavy favorite this week.
Massive favorite.
You know, who do we like? It's a pretty stacked field, considering.
Yeah, stacked field. I've got a few guys I'm rolling with. I'll leave one off the card because I know he's definitely on yours. But pick number 1, I'm going with JT. I think JT's in a good spot.
JT's a great pick. Love that pick.
Loves his place. He's one of those guys that thrives in this type of environment. And just the way that he's playing. Like, he's had a good start to the season. And I think he's due. Speaking of this,
There's your guy.
So
up on the pod.
Well, I'm not gonna spoiler alert that he's on my card, but I'll let Andre talk on that one.
The Gala.
But yeah, so I like JT. Another guy I like this week. Obviously, I'm taking Nico. Just throwing that out there.
Hell
Nico
yeah.
Also on the card. Massive odds.
Good bounce back week after
good bounce
AT&T.
back, yeah. I like him, and I like 2 guys. I'm gonna steal one from one we heard over here. I like the Billy Ho pick.
Love that.
I like
pick.
the Billy Ho picks. A lot of value there. And then I like Sam Burns too. I think this course also fits him well.
Interesting.
And it's one of the things that he's played, in the Ryder Cup. So he's, that environment, and he plays well on these courses, and he's played well here. So I'm gonna pick Sam Burns also.
I get.
Yep.
Who do we got, Pooch?
So obviously I'm not as well versus you guys when it comes to the golf game, but kind of
if you pick
seeing
Scotty,
it. I'm not gonna pick Scotty, but kind of seeing the course and kind of understanding the game a little bit better. I think a guy that will kind of succeed in this kind of course, like long drives, and stuff like that. I think Jake Knapp.
Ooh,
That's a great pick. Jake's on my card too.
I think Jake Knapp. We kind of saw him play a couple holes yesterday. The guy
He played well at AT&T last week too.
He played good at AT&T. Yeah, he was the day 1 leader after day 1.
Or tied up there.
This course, the guy, that guy just cranks. So I think this course is very favorable for his game.
Yeah.
Obviously, rooting for Nico. I think those two. We'll play those two.
He's riding with the Penguin boys.
Yeah.
Shout out Penguin.
Shout out Penguin. They loaded us up.
They swagged us up for the Waves management. And both of them are Penguin guys. So it's only fitting. It's only fitting we go with the Penguin boys.
I think Jake Knapp. I like his game. I think
like the pick.
He's up. He's one of those guys that he's always in contention. I seen him at Pebble Beach and how he played over there. I'm like, I think here he can translate, especially if the conditions are right.
100%.
The guy can have, he can be hitting his second shot like 40 yards in if he gets a hold of one.
Yeah.
The guy hits it by like 360.
Yeah.
He's insane, but I think that's a good pick.
I love the picks. I'm on the Billy Ho train. He's been playing really well. He had a great Sunday last week. I think he had the lowest round on Sunday.
He had a good weekend
at AT&T, and he almost was playing catch up. It's just Rory was on fire last week and was hitting every shot. But love Billy Ho, love Jake, love Nico this week. Always Sahith, obviously.
I know. I like him a lot.
It's always. What I don't like about it this week, though, that worries me is he just played AT&T last week. So he was up there in Northern Cal, then went down to South Florida to go play TGL yesterday.
Yeah.
So he just got in late last night, I'm assuming, basically straight off of TGL and then coming here. So he's played this course obviously already a couple times. So he's very familiar with it, plays it well. It's a favorable course for him and his kind of style. But that is a lot of travel kind of just coming in, settling in.
His circadian
He might start a little slow, on tomorrow. He might start a little slow, get a couple birdies, still be there in contention. And then I think he'll start heating up on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday.
I'll give you something that'll make you feel better about that pick too.
Interesting.
Is that last week, Rory played the TGL, and then flew all the way to Pebble, and then won. So
that's a very good point.
You.
He did do that.
Come on.
Yeah, I like that. All right. I'm all in on Sahith. No, but my other pick outside of the guys that you mentioned, because I agree with a lot of those picks, is I'm going to go Sungjae. And
nice.
I like him too.
Sungjae.
You just see the guy and you just want to give him a hug.
Yeah. He's like a teddy bear.
But he's also been playing well. I feel like this is another course that's also favorable for his game. So add him to the card, good value there. I think he's like in the 6,000 odds range. So add that to the card, and I think that's a pretty stacked lineup right there. Good field. Joel Damon, always rooting for him out here too. With the bucket hat, he's kind of a guy that I would say embraces this. Obviously, he's taking his shirt off here before. So give us Joel on the card too. But that's pretty much it. Any other last minute waste management talks before we get into Super Bowl?
No. Awesome event. Can't wait to tune in. Watch the entire weekend. So
hell yeah. So let's get into the Super Bowl. We
got
Eagles, Chiefs this week.
Yep.
It's not the Super Bowl we all wanted. You know, we all wanted Lions, we wanted Ravens, and
Yep.
here we are with another Chiefs Super Bowl, another Eagles Super
Yeah.
Bowl. It will be
Yeah.
a good game. I think.
It will be. I
You
think
know,
so, too.
like as much as we
The
don't want to
last
see
one
those
was great.
teams in
The
there,
last one,
yeah,
the last one they
super
played, it was great.
competitive. But
You know?
what are we thinking? Like, how do we think this game is going to go? Obviously, Chiefs are going for the three-peat, which has never
Yeah.
been done. Like, what's the thought here?
Yeah. In terms of this game, it's like I'm going for the Eagles because
Right.
I just kind of wanted, new team. I want Saquon to get a ring.
Same.
I'm more rooting for Saquon
Same.
than anything, more than I'm rooting really for the Eagles, because I'm not even a fan. Like, I don't like Sirianni, and I don't really like Hurts. Like, not that I don't like Hurts. I don't think Hurts is like,
Right.
crazy good. But I'm still rooting for them just for a new face. Because the Chiefs, like, I wouldn't be upset if the Chiefs won. Right? Like, it's not like I hate the Chiefs. Like, it was
It's
like
better than the
Pats.
Bills. Like people that
Yeah,
were going for the
100%.
Bills
If you're
last
rooting
week,
for the Bills, you're a loser.
didn't understand that at all.
Yeah. If you're a Dolphin fan and rooting for the Bills, you're a loser.
Yeah.
Facts. And so, so for me, it's like, it doesn't.
You went for the Bills?
You were going for the Bills?
Yeah, bro. I didn't want to see the Chiefs. I wanted the Bills to win.
Well, Pooch here is loser.
I'm quitting this pod right now.
Yeah. I just, like, again, the Chiefs don't really bother me. Like, I don't want them to win, but like, it's not like they're not the Pats or the Bills. They're not in our division. Like,
Yeah, I would hate to see the Jets, the Bills, or the Pats in the Super Bowl if they were playing the Chiefs every AFC championship.
Yeah. So for me, like, again, and it's, it's so like in that sense of it, it's nice that I'm obviously I have rooting interest. I'm betting the Eagles, but it's not like I'm not gonna be pissed like by the outcome.
Right.
I'll just be, I'll be like, oh, Chiefs did it again.
Again,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, whatever. It'll be annoying for like a month, and then it's like, all right, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs are kings
Yeah.
until they're not, essentially, right now. But Pooch, what's like your overall expectation on the game this week? Like, who do you like that's gonna kind of step up in this game?
It's kind of funny,
what's your thoughts?
like the whole. I mean, I think it will be the last couple of years, like against the Chiefs. It's always like Lamar save us, Josh Allen save us. I think now everyone's like Saquon save us, right? And then
Saquon's the hottest player
I think-
on the planet.
I
right
think
now,
this
the
game
way
isn't
he's
going to be
playing.
as high scoring as people think, because I do think these are two of the best NFL defenses
I
coming
agree.
together and going against head to head. And realistically, I mean, the Chiefs haven't really like blown, like they don't run up the score, like they're not scoring at the click they used to.
Yeah, but they find
The
ways to win.
Eagles, they find ways to win through their defense. I mean,
Right.
they're winning games 20-14. I mean, they're winning close games. I mean, I think what's their record in one score games, like 12-1. It's
Yeah,
insane.
they've been great in those.
But
That's
the
what makes
Eagles,
a good team, though.
I mean, the Eagles, if this kid gets loose, if Saquon, I mean, against who was against the Commanders, I mean, the first time he touched the ball was a 60-yard touchdown.
He's so good.
30th ranked rush defense.
Exactly. I mean, it might be a little bit different this week, but I mean, I think it's gonna come down to the ground game and who's gonna run better. Obviously you have Saquon on one side, and then the other side, I mean, you have Kareem Hunt who can run it. They have
He's
Pacheco
playing
who
super
can,
well as
he
well.
can put his head down and
That
run
was a
it.
great signing.
Obviously Mahomes isn't playing like the Mahomes we know, but at the end of the day, it's a Super Bowl. This is his realm. This is his environment. I mean, he's been here more than some people have in their entire franchise history. So I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be a gritty game, and I think it's gonna come down to who wins the rushing battle, because I don't think there's gonna be a lot of I don't think there's gonna be 300-yard passing or 5 touchdowns. I think it's gonna be low passing and high rushing yards if that's the way the trend's gonna go.
Last Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts threw for over 300 yards. I mean,
I know.
if the Chiefs don't win that Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts played more than well enough that he wins the MVP in that game too.
The thing with him, he's just like, I don't know where he's at health-wise
Right.
either.
The health is a question
a little
for
bit
sure.
dinged up, right? And it's like his biggest asset are his legs. That's
Right.
what makes him, his ability to extend plays, be a rushing threat.
Yeah.
On top of, having obviously Saquon, having the season he's having. So it's just for me, like, I don't know, like I don't consider Hurts to be that like level. Like,
Right.
I think there's multiple tiers, and I don't think he's in that top 2 tier personally. But like, this is the type of, like, at the end of the day, he is a proven winner. He does help his team,
Right.
but it's like that team is so stacked that if they get a good game from him, then I don't know. Like, there's not many teams that can beat them.
Yeah, because
Because of
Jalen
how
Hurts, I mean,
deep that
throughout
team
the whole
is.
year, it was the whole dilemma with AJ Brown.
He was
not getting
kind of like,
touches, Devontae
holding him
Smith.
back.
I mean,
Yeah. There's
I
been
think-
controversy in that
Yeah,
locker room all
mean,
year long.
Last year alone, I mean, AJ Brown was on fire. I mean, I think he went for like 1,300 yards. I think
Yeah.
this year, I don't even
Yeah.
think he broke 1,000 this year. So, I mean, the pace of the Eagles' offense has definitely changed. But I mean, you have a guy running for 1,500 yards, you'll still be able to put
You would
up points.
assume it
And-
also opens up the passing game, right? I mean,
And-
the Chiefs are probably going to be pressing all game. Their game plan is to stop Saquon.
They have such good corners. Like that Chiefs defense is so good.
It is. It's
Like-
great.
like-
It's
like
well coached as
everyone
well.
And,
talks
it's
about-
homegrown. I think most of the
Yeah.
guys have been drafted
Yeah.
through
Yeah,
the
they have.
system. They've been built through the system. I mean,
It's
what's the
it's
name
just
of
a
the
well
Chiefs
coached
in
general.
general.
What's the
like
name of the
Chiefs-
DC? It's not Sarkisian.
Spags.
Spags.
right?
I mean, the
Yeah.
guy's a beast. I mean,
Spags.
Yeah, he's a beast.
he's definitely.
He does not get enough credit in that whole situation there in
Yeah.
Kansas City. I mean, talk about a guy that's been there as part of
Yeah.
all their Super Bowl runs, right? And he is better probably than anybody at disguising pressure
Yeah.
that these quarterbacks are always thrown off. And
He's
you
great,
got to
man.
think that he's going to devise a plan to stop Saquon, which then
And-
becomes a question: can Jalen do enough to win?
And
What
the thing
you-
is
yeah.
that they're good enough in the secondary that they can bring the house and they'll still
Right,
cover.
exactly.
I mean, against the Bills,
That's huge.
I mean, they brought like
That's
8
huge.
guys and
Yeah.
they couldn't get the ball.
Yeah.
And they get there. It's not like they get caught up. No, they get there. Like Nick
Yeah.
Bolton was in the backfield. Anytime he blitzed, he got through.
yeah.
Like, it was crazy to watch how good they blitz.
No.
I
The
mean,
tush push is going to be interesting too, because the Bills kind of tried to run an iteration against them last
yeah.
week.
No one
And
does
it
like
wasn't
the Eagles,
working,
though. No
but
one does like the
exactly.
I mean,
Eagles,
I
like
just
the
think, the
Eagles.
monsters. I mean, they
They'll
have
figure it
the
out.
team to do it. I mean, they have some of the best O linemen out there. I mean, even
The best.
they
They're
lost their
insane.
starting guard center, and this guy went to center, and I mean, they
He's
didn't
nice.
miss a
It's
beat.
like,
Yeah.
it's like nothing
I
ever happened.
love that guy. He was a
Yeah.
center in Alabama, and now he played center for the first time, I guess, since he's been in the NFL. And I mean, he didn't even think that they were missing
Yeah.
their starting. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's going to play this week, but I mean, that Eagles O line. I mean, it's insane how
It
well
is.
It
constructed
is.
they
I mean,
are.
you look at just
That's the
how much
matchup.
time he's got.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the matchup right there. Chiefs
Yeah.
defensive line versus the Eagles offensive line.
yeah.
Like
No,
that-
100%.
That's going to be
Chris
it.
Jones, you're going to have to, cause some havoc. And
the Eagles D line's not slouches either. I mean, I think they
No,
have
It's a great
Jalen
deal.
Carter. He's a Florida boy. I mean, one
Yeah,
of the best. I mean,
Yeah,
100%.
best young D tackles up and coming. Probably going to be one of the the next Aaron Donald, possibly. Like, he's a
Right.
stud. Good linebackers, good corners, good safeties.
Yeah.
They have Cooper DeJean back there. They have what's the other guy's name? The other safety.
Yeah, it's Cooper DeJean and
oh my God, we were talking about it on the pod last
Yeah.
week. I forget his name now, but they're both very good.
Dude, when I saw Cooper DeJean
Yeah.
stand up Derrick Henry, tackle him in the open
Yeah,
field,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, this kid,
Yeah, he's legit.
and he's a hooper too. I don't
Yeah.
know if you saw his high school mixtape,
Yeah.
but the kid jumps
Yeah,
out of
he's
the
good.
roof.
He's a freak
dude.
athlete.
He's a freak of an
Freak
athlete.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it should be a really good game. As always, it'll always be on Sunday. Doesn't matter
No.
who's playing.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
that game's. I do think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
I agree with you in terms of it might not be as high scoring, but I think it's gonna be very entertaining. I think it's going to come down to the end, which if that's the case, then it usually falls Chiefs.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, if I wasn't rooting for the Eagles, the Chiefs is I think the play. I think it's impossible not to take
It's
them.
hard to bet against the Chiefs.
It's
yeah.
not you can, especially in the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm expecting a good one. It's gonna be great. I'm pumped.
So yeah, it's going to be a good game, but I want to get score projections and some picks, player props,
I got some
anytime
props. I got
TVs,
some
things
props.
like that.
All right, so I'm gonna go odd score here. I'm gonna go 23-21 Eagles. I think it's gonna come down to late game heroics, and I think that although the Eagles kicker is a bit shaky, it is in a dome, so I think it should come down game-winning field goal time.
Nice.
But props wise, my favorite prop, although I literally said I'm all over the Eagles, my favorite prop, I'm going to take this for $1 million probably, is Travis Kelce touchdown. This is Travis Kelce retirement game. I'm calling him right now. He's not playing next year. I even like 2 touchdowns. I've already taken it. I've taken Travis Kelce touchdown, anytime touchdown, 2 touchdowns, and first half touchdown. I think Travis Kelce is a lock to score this weekend. If it truly, it seems like this is it for him. You think that he's not going to score touchdowns last game ever? No shot. He's scoring. So that's my favorite pick by far. I've got a couple other ones. I've got DeAndre Hopkins over 13 yards. It's
Yeah, I
just
saw
really
that.
low.
Yeah,
I just
that's a good
think just
value.
give me one catch,
Yep.
one 15-yard catch,
Yeah.
and like
He's
you know,
due.
he's due. It's there. I'm gonna take Saquon anytime touchdown. It's so juiced, can't really take it.
Yeah.
So
It's like,
I'm
what,
gonna
like
take
minus 400 or something?
Yeah, it's like something. It's like I'm almost minus 300 or
Yeah.
something. So I'm taking the plus money in Saquon first half touchdown.
Okay.
Just banking that he scores in the first
Yeah,
half,
yeah.
and I get plus money on it. So I'm gonna take that. I like AJ Brown anytime touchdown as well. Even with everything, this playoffs hasn't really been even kind of toward the end of the season. There's kind of been a lot of shaky stuff with AJ Brown, but he's a stud. He's gonna score. Jalen Hurts gonna have to throw one, and then. Give me the over in the national anthem. I think it's over. I think it was kind of high, to be honest. I think it was like 2 minutes and like something. Whatever it
singing
is,
it
I'm
this
taking
year?
the over. I've taken it. I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
I've taken the over the last 3 years, and they've hit every single time. I'm going to continue taking the over. I'm going to continue taking tails in the coin toss. Any more fun ones?
What's the Gatorade color?
I'm going to go yellow. Yellow Gatorade color.
Yellow Gatorade?
I'm going
Yeah.
orange on the Gatorade.
Yeah.
right.
So those are my picks for now.
I like
I think I have more. I gotta go check my phone over there. So
What-
I played
what
some
do you
few other
got?
ones.
So final score, I got 24-17.
417. All right.
24-17. Eagles, obviously.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. We're gonna go 3 Eagles, aren't we?
I think
I'm not going Eagles.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna go against you a little bit. I think Mahomes is gonna have under two passing touchdowns.
Okay.
I think there's not gonna be a lot of passing touchdowns. I think I'll probably take Jalen Hurts and Mahomes under passing touchdowns, under 2 touchdowns. But I will take obviously a Saquon anytime rushing. I think a Jalen Hurts anytime rushing. I think
You're at the parlay them because they're both juiced.
he's gonna. I know, yeah.
Well, Jalen Hurts probably a little less, not really.
But I
juiced.
feel like those 2 are locks. And then on the Chiefs side, I think Kareem Hunt will run one in. I think
Like
Kareem
that.
Hunt's
I
due
like
for one.
that.
I think he's a good lock. I think he kind of. I know Pacheco was kind of hurt for a little bit, and then Kareem Hunt kind of took over. But I think he'll find a way to get in there. And I'm gonna put in there a Patrick Mahomes interception.
All right.
Yes, I like that too.
Patrick Mahomes interception. I'm gonna go heads on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go heads on the coin toss.
That's heated.
I think Gator is gonna be purple.
Okay.
No, okay.
Gator is gonna be purple, and I'm gonna put in there Harrison Butker over 2 field goals.
I like that. I have
Alright.
a play on the field goals too. It's for the over and just total field goals made in that. in that
Okay.
game.
What's that number at
I
right
think
now?
it's 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a lot of field goals. I think
great.
there's gonna be a
I
lot
think
of
there's
field
gonna be
goals.
good field
4
goals.
field goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a good amount of field goals, good defenses. There's gonna be good drives, right? Because the offense is still good.
And
But
it's
I think,
indoors, so I mean, you would think it's more
Yeah.
Favorable.
favorable for the kickers.
Yeah.
You can kick further spots.
yeah, I like those picks. I like the Kareem Hunt. I agree with the Travis Kelsey.
He's
Like
scoring.
they're
There's
gonna
no will.
find a way to feed
No
him in
will.
that game. They're
No
like
will
just
score.
the effect of Travis, and they'll find a way to get him the ball in
Yeah.
the red zone and feed him.
And
But-
the Eagles play a lot of zones, so it kind
Yeah.
of fits perfectly for him.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Yeah, no, like that. I also got a Juju anytime touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Juju Smith.
Wow.
Juju
Okay.
Smith. He got fed in that last game.
He got a couple passes.
Yeah,
He
they
got-
found him for the deep ball a few times. I think I don't know if he gets hit on a deep ball, but I think they're gonna find a way to get him the ball. He was getting open against a good Bills defense, so I like Juju anytime touchdown, and I also have the field goals pick that I
Nice.
mentioned. And then as my winner, I'm gonna go 26-23 Chiefs.
I mean, again, logical choice is
Butker's gonna kick a 55
I truly think the
yarder
Chiefs.
to win.
Yeah, I truly think the Chiefs are. They're gonna win. I mean, I don't know. I would be shocked.
How many
But I'm rooting
games
for
has
Eagles.
Butker
Three-peat.
hit a game-winning field goal to
A
win
lot.
the Super Bowl?
A lot.
No.
Funny enough, speaking of
Oh,
field
the
goals,
Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
last year he hit the field goal to win it.
No,
right?
they scored a touchdown. in
Or was it
overtime.
against-
Yeah, it was a touchdown.
touchdown?
It was. I know there was one that there's a field goal. I think it was against the Eagles.
He's definitely kicked the game
Probably,
winner.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Well, then the Eagles got the ball back, and then Jalen Hurts threw a 20-yard Hail Mary bomb.
Yeah.
It went nowhere.
Funny enough on the
But-
three-peat thing, have you guys heard that
Yeah,
Pat Riley owns the rights? So
Yeah.
they had to.
Yeah,
He
he struck a
basically had
deal.
to
He struck a deal
He
with
struck a deal with the Chiefs before he struck a deal for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
Which
I
is a whole
mean,
nother dilemma.
I don't even want to get.
He-
don't get me started.
he
on
got
the
he got the 3-peat years ago, and he's owned the trademark to it.
Yeah.
It's
So
a crazy
sick.
trademark.
I mean, he's making a ton of money from
Ton
that
of money.
trademark. So Why not? I would do the same shit.
Yeah.
But that wraps it up today. We're gonna go watch the Pro-Am now and walk the course. It's gonna be electric today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the interview with Nico. And yeah, some awesome course content coming as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything? All right, peace guys.